Today I'm going to share with you the secret sauce that I use when I'm connecting chords and scales. And this is the stuff that I see the likes of John Mayer, Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton using. And it's very simple, very easy. Once you start connecting the dots, it's something you're going to start doing all the time. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So what is the secret sauce? Well, what we're doing is we're connecting chords and scales, and we're going to do this in a blues progression. So we're going to do a 1-4-5, meaning we're going to use 3 chords, 3 blues chords, and we're going to connect a scale. We're going to connect shape 1 of the pentatonic scale. So I'm going to give you all of this in an easy to follow chord progression, which you can then go on and experiment with and make your own. So firstly, let's look at the scale we're going to use. We're going to be playing in G. We're going to use the G minor pentatonic scale, shape 1, and all we need to know is this: 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6. We might even add in a little blues note there, so we would go 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Alright. And you don't need to worry about having to play this fast or anything. This is going to sound really good slow as well. So, that is the scale. Now, in this little box, now this is what I think is really cool. This is the secret sauce. Alright, this little box holds the 3 chords that we need as well. So we can get everything. We can get the chords, we can get the rhythm, and we can get the licks all in this little magic box. So before we start bashing out the licks, we're going to play the rhythm part first and get that muscle memory dialed in, and we'll leave the space for the licks that we can add in after that. Okay, so we're going to play a 12-bar blues, which means we're going to play 1 chord first for 4 bars. Now our 1 chord, we're going to play a G minor 7, but rather than barring that, I'm just going to get the bass note here in the 3 on the low E. Then I'm going to bar the bottom 3 strings and just stab down in that. Okay, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first 4 bars. Then I'm going to play the next 2 bars in my C7, my 4 chord. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get the bass note and a little stab. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then back to my G for another 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 bars. And then I'm going to play the final 4 bars. It's going to be my 5 chord, D7. 1, 2, 3, 4. C7. 2, 3, 4. And then G. 2, 3, 4. And D. 2, 3, 4. So let's have a little quick playthrough of that before we start including the licks. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we've got a rhythm part down, we want to then start including licks using the pentatonic scale. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start using the extension of that scale because that gives me some options for really nice licks. And what I mean by that is when I come down the scale and I get to the G string here, if I slide up from 5 to 7 and then I get 6 in the B string, that gives me that classic little shape that so many of the greats use. Alright, so the lick that I'm going to use, and don't get me wrong, there's countless licks that you're going to be able to play using this, and again you can do your own thing, but what we're going to do is we're going to keep it simple and just use the same lick for the whole progression, and then at the end I'm going to show you a couple of different licks you can use for the final 4 bars to mix it up a little bit. But the lick we're going to use, we're going to play a bar. We've got to play this lick. Then we'll play another bar. And then this lick. So let's break that down first, alright? So we play a bar, our chord. Then we're going to slide with the third finger from 5 in the G up to 7 in the G. Get the B with our middle finger on the 6th fret. There's a fast slide there. Then another fast slide down from 7 to 5. 3. And then 5, the root note, the G note, with our third finger. So. Alright. Then the next lick. This time I'm going to do a very similar thing, except I'm going to get my, I'm going to use a double stop instead of getting the notes separately. I'm just going to slide that shape up, so I'm going to get my middle finger on 4 on the B, my third finger on 5 in the G, and I'm going to get those two strings together with my pick. And then back again. I don't need to slide back down. Back to 3, and then 5 on the D. So, basically you play one chord, one lick. The next time you play a chord, you've got to play that lick. So let's have a little look at how that sounds, adding that lick to the whole 12 bars. All sounds great, but eventually that will get a little bit tedious because you're just playing the same lick over and over. And of course you can use that box to create as many licks as your heart desires. But just to give you another couple of ideas, what I like to do in the final 4 bars is to start connecting the chords a little bit more together using the scale. So for example, when I get to the final 4 bars, I start on the 9th bar with my my D7. I can do that to get right into my my D7 or my my C7. So I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to get 5, 3, and then I'm going to just climb chromatically 5, 4, 3, and then my C7. And then to get into my G7 again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hammer on to the blues note here from 3 to 4, and then get 6 on the low E, and then into my root note again, the G here. Okay, so that in total. Okay, and then to finish it off, the 5 chord, when I get my D7, I'm going to finish it off and bring me back to the start, doing that lick again from 3, and that'll be me back to the very start. So I understand that might sound a little bit messy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole thing through, and then you can take your time, rewind, and copy until your heart desires. Alright, so here's how it sounds all together. And that's it, guys. Again, there's lots of stuff you can do with that. Mess around with those chords in this box, and the world is your oyster. So I hope you enjoyed that. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next lesson.